Hello everyone, today's speaker E.T. on LifeTree TV. How's your day today? I believe your spiritual journey is sunshine. Today I'll talk to you with this following subject. The final Unravelment on Heaven and Hell, written by Udeka. The writer's level of consciousness determines the level of drama and movie. The hierarchy level of myths and legends is determined by the level of human consciousness and religious spectrum which is installed on the earth. In a barren desert civilization filled with sandy wind, the story of heaven, hell, and purgatory was created. In a society where the status of social standing and rank is determined in birth, the story of heaven, hell, and incarnation was born. Discourses about heaven and hell are the oldest ones among the stories that made by human race. As time passed, those became a myth for someone and a legend for someone else. Those also have worked as beliefs, fear, religion, or trick for many. Otherwise, those also have been used for hope, means of control, and manipulation for others. Those have been truths for someone, but lies for others. The story of heaven and hell has formed the most powerful religious matrix. Ahead of the termination of the material civilization, Captain Udeka brings a profoundly shocking message about heaven and hell in order to usher in a new era of spirituality. The age of communication between the heaven and human is called the age of spirituality. The restoring journey of the lost heavenly spirit and the lost truth from human heart is called the age of spirituality and new heaven and new earth. Heaven and hell are nowhere to be found. Heaven and hell don't exist in any dimension of the universe. They exist only in the stories and in human consciousness. Heaven and hell do not exist in the space of sky, in the interdimensional space, which is the space within space. Heaven and hell, where even dead human ghosts do not exist. Still, heaven and hell remain within the realm of religious scriptures and exist in the collective unconscious mind of mankind. The place where a spirit soul stays after one's death is not heaven nor hell. That is the astral plane in the fifth dimension, as of 18-dimensional universe. The fifth dimensional astral plane is composed of 15 levels. According to cosmic length and size of spirit soul, the dwelling space is allocated correspondingly. Once a spirit soul is implanted in a planet, a spirit soul can't leave the planet without approval of the planet Gaia. By the rule of the universe, the fifth dimensional astral plane and the fourth dimensional material world are strictly separated and managed. About 2,000 years ago and 3,000 years ago, respectively, Jesus and Buddha have come to the earth as a human body. They came here to deliver truth, build up the matrix of religion, which is needed for the material age, open up the effort of religion and to carve the energy of love into the heart of mankind. By the delicate plan of the heaven, the effort of religion has spread out. Just for the spiritual evolution of a spirit soul through experiencing the material world, so many obstacles and tricks have been installed on the earth. Heaven and hell, salvation and eternal life, Satan and devil, ghost and angel are such examples. To keep the matrix of religion, so many tricks such as mystic experience, prayer, and spiritual discipline have been exploited throughout. After the days of Jesus and Buddha have gone, the truths of heaven have been manipulated and distorted to satisfy the needs of a ruling class. So many stories have been produced and written throughout the mankind history. In the place where truth disappeared and truth became a story, and the story within the story became the verse of heaven and hell. Yes, the teachings of incarnation disappeared from Christianity, and the teachings of the divinity of spiritual soul disappeared. The stories of heaven and hell spread out further and further. As the civilizations prospered further, the culture of spirituality has declined. In the place of divinity, the materialized and authorized religions have penetrated. As the effort of religions went deeper, the storylines of heaven and hell have been solidified further. The value of divinity in human nature has been ignored, and the notion of original sin has prospered instead. As the story of heaven and hell became stronger, the more mankind became sinners, and communication with the heaven became weaker. It was believed that special prayer and asceticism could open the heavenly doors. The belief that the only selected people could communicate with the heaven has been firmly established. The notion of heaven and hell is just nothing but stories. Now it is the time to realize this. This is the essence of a spiritual revolution in this age. The universe is full of so many stories. In the future, the mankind will face newer version of stories about the universe. As such shall it be, as such is it planned to be, as such was it done. August 19, 2017, Udeka Wright. Thank you.